Uh, yeah, I need to put all my buttons closer to one another so I don't have this problem when I'm trying to start my program. But a lot of times I just do the editing. I add all the music in and everything else after we do the speeches and stuff. But this is it, and I'll edit that part out as well. So you got a little bit of extra raw there. Damn. Oh, where are you, man? I'm trying to talk to him, Link. Oh, God, no. What is this? It's sending me stuff. What kills me, what people will send me. And I'll look up and it just like throws me off because it's like, whoa. But anyway, here we go. Ready, set. I mean, you sing the song. You sing it to the left and then again. You can say nothing you can do, but you're not gonna be you inside. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jeremy House, and I am your host for this show. I've come to you in the past with another different show that we had. It was called Rise Above Insanity. And, I was just telling my viewers on Facebook about how it was making me feel doing that podcast, because every time I did it, I just felt like angry about it. And I could go on and rant, rave. And, I sit here and I watch the news every day and I said, people need something more, something that is better, something that is more wholesome, something that's good, happy, makes you feel good, something that has a purpose of it and a message to it, but not make you feel like, oh God, that's something else now. You know what I mean? That's what I've been dealing with for so long. And it was beginning to take its toll on me. So I had to step back from the podcast and say, because, a lot of podcasts, they don't begin, perfect the first one. It's like, it takes like a couple or different ideas and formats or whatever for people to finally get their niche. And I hope this one's it. I do. Because I created this one because I wanted something more. I needed to point out the biggest hypocrisy in the world right now. And that, I was talking to somebody because it's so easy to feel all these negative emotions. And I told them, I said, do you realize it's easier for people to hate than it is to love? I mean, hate takes work. Hate takes a lot of work, and it doesn't take much for work these days for people. The slightest little thing, I hate you, it's like, well, they just run off at the mouth about something. I mean, I get it. The world is shitty. It truthfully is. It's shitty as hell. And, I've got a Bible verse up here, and it says, love one another as I loved you. And it's from Jesus, what his final commandment to us was. Now, program is not going to be all about faith. But faith is important because faith is an underlying reason for so much hate today. That's history. I'm not making that up. I'm not anti-religion or anything like that because I'm Christian. And what kills me all the time, oh, you can't be Christian if you're gay. I listen to these people and I go to these churches and I hear these messages that come out of their mouths. The devil's not within me, my friends. The devil's in your messages. The devil's in your churches. The devil's within your pastors. Not all of them, but a great deal of them have succumbed to hate. They saw the offering plate pile up whenever they had that fiery sermon about homosexuals or adulterers or whatever. And they feed upon that because guess what? Money, greed, all that good stuff. It begins the journey up. People are just, it's 3 o'clock in the morning when we're doing this. It's like this all day long, every day. Anyway, thanks so much for being a personality. But my focus point right here, focus, is that this. I wanted to create this program to point out the hypocrisy of these people and to tell you what it is that me and God prayed about. I prayed to God, and I think we came up with something, because when I woke up the next day, I was just like overwhelmed with so much energy, this message that was within me. And it was like everybody I talked to that day, I mean, I probably talked their head off crazy, but at the same time, though, a message was given to me. It was instilled to me, not by Satan. That's what they'll try to tell you, though. He's not a man of God. He's a homosexual. He likes to lay down men. You know, here's the facts, folks. This new program is called Love One Another, Rise Above Hate. The time starts now. We have to begin this journey and put away hate. Block out the hate. Turn off the hate. Because hate is winning. It's one, this is your loan. I mean, let's say, for instance, they can now turn you away because you're gay based upon, now get this, your religious beliefs. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me. When did Jesus ever say anything about homosexuality? Not once. And we're talking about the man, the Son of God, not the Pharisees, scriptures, not all this other junk. We talk about the main person, the main direct descendant that came down and said, hey, I'm the Son of God, and this is the way things are. You didn't pay any attention to what he said. Nothing. You're too busy studying the Old Testament. Did he focus on that? No. He focused on where we were going wrong because he saw what this Bible was doing to people. The Bible is man-made. And I don't care who you are, what's the level of education you got. God didn't write the Bible. Man did. So to hold on to this book as it's so sacred and the Word of God, you look like an idiot. It's a book, not written by God, written by a church that waged war upon people to shove it down people's throats, to create order and keep the Vatican alive with more offerings. I mean, God damn, people, wake up. The Bible, to me, the religion that I go by is by one person's journey here on earth, and that's Jesus Christ. And that, my friends, regardless of what your religion is, that should be in every religion, because they're all based upon love. They say Muslim religion is a Muslim religion is a religion of love. That Jewish religion is a language. I mean, it's all love. So how does so much love that's being taught turn into hate? Because you're not teaching love. You become the judge, the jury, and everything else in between. When he told us, oh, stone her, I'm there. Yeah. He is without sin, cast the first stone. One of his first lessons he taught us. What does that mean? Does that mean that you should condemn them? You should openly scorn them? Did he do that? No, he did not. He opened up his arms and loved them. When the Supreme Court just passed their resolution saying it's okay to turn away people because they're gay based upon your religious beliefs. Show me once where Jesus Christ ever said, everybody but you. No, not you, but you. Did he ever turn anyone away or tell somebody to go, except the Pharisees that were in the temple making, all the tax collectors and stuff? He had a problem with the profiteers of religion, as do I. People that sit there all the time talk about money, 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 money. I'm a reverend too. And I'm going to start my message to people because I'm not going to talk to you about the Bible. Because the Bible has already been blown out of proportion and has turned every person in this nation against one another as a checklist of what they want to hate about somebody. Well, they're committed to sin. Why do you care? What does it do to affect you? Oh, my children will see it. They'll be that way. No, they won't. Your children will see that you love that person, no matter what their faults are, and you lift them up, embrace them, and let them know that they're loved. That, my friends, is what he said his final commandment was to us. Love one another as I have loved you. Don't judge, or you will be judged. It was very simple. I mean, these simple little quotes that he made that are in red, that are the word of Jesus Christ, that are the word of the Son of God, you ignore. But you want to pick out every other little bitty book in there, Lamentations, Leviticus, and everything else, trying to find something on somebody else. Why? You have hate in your heart. And two, you think you're better than them. The biggest problem with race has always been because we're the superior race, correct? No, we're not. Each and every one of us are human beings. Blood, skin, tissue, organs, the same. And activities that are different. Some might be a little deformed or whatever. Some might have some wild things going on with the body. But we're all human beings. But you want to look at their pigments of their skin and think that makes them, well, look how long it took them for them to come around and be educated. Yes, look how long it did. Because nobody educated them. Their own people oppressed them, put them into slavery. I'm talking about African Americans now, just in case anybody's wondering. They didn't have the resources that we had, that the English Empire had, that anybody else had. That's why they were slow to the table. But you want to hold that against them, and then not just that, but hold them back more. They don't need all that. They don't need religion. They don't need this education. They need different water fountains and this and all that. Folks, I could just imagine the tears that come from Jesus' face when he sees the vileness of mankind and I can't even understand or fathom how he even tolerates us. Because we have become a group of people that are just disgusting. The way we do each other, the way we try to get over on one another, why we try to hurt one another, why we try to cheat on one another. God's only written text that he ever gave us never given or never received by the people, because Moses took him down from the mountain when he saw him making all these statues and stuff and going ape shit because he left them there too long. What did he do? He threw them down and broke them over their heads. Now, we don't know what happened to those. We know he went back up there for a while because he had to make amends with God and say, hey, we always see the movies where lightning comes and strikes into the tablets, but we don't know how it happened. We never saw them. But we knew what the fundamentals were. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not bear false. Those fundamentals right there alone are gold. They're gold. And that's all that we need in life. We don't need 25 books in the Bible to help us see what our problems are in America or anywhere else. What we need is to stop listening to hate. Stop feeding it. Stop thinking you're better than one another. I know competition's great, all that great stuff, sportsmanship, whatever. But there comes a line when you think that your whole being is better, that you're mental, that you are superior to somebody else. Some people might be mentally or physically or whatever. But when it's all said and done, we all turn to ash and shit ourselves or whatever we do whenever we die. We're all the same. Not better, not less, just equals. Why can't we reach that plateau and understand that? Why is it taking so long for mankind to stop looking down upon one another and start lifting them up? Because when we do that, then we can work together equally. Instead of some getting held back a little bit, or this group getting a little bit more than the other group, or all that other stuff. That's got to stop. That's our failure. That's our repetitive failure in life. You know, I told someone the other day, I am amazed by what so many positive things that are about to come. I'm excited. I hope you are too. We're about to go back to the moon. We're about to take a trip around the moon and go out further than we've ever been before in our history. And then we're going to go to Mars. The future is out there. You know, there's a lot of people out there today that sit there and talk about, oh, we have everything we need right here, so let's just suck it all dry because God's coming back. You think 6,000, not even 6,000, 2,000 years after Christ is the time frame he's talking about coming back for? Do you really think that? He created us in his image. And he's created some of us to be so damn smart. Look at Elon Musk, what he's created with SpaceX. We still have so much more to do, so much more to explore, so many other places to go. And you have just all given up and settling in on your porch with your shotgun, stay off the lawn, waiting for Jesus to come. You're going to be waiting a long damn time, folks, because human history is far from being over. We have so many more mountains to climb, oceans to cross, stratospheres to leave. And we are doing it. Do you think for a God that you love so much, who made the world in 7 days, according to the Bible, man, is really going to sit back and just let you be a lazy bum waiting for him to come back? Get off your asses and get back to work. You don't want to learn anymore. You don't want to do anything anymore. You just want to sit there, go to your church service, give all your money to the church, and then bitch about everything all week long, bitch about this person, bitch about that person, when you didn't do anything that he said in the first damn place. Your lives have purpose. Every life out there has purpose, whether it be here on this earth or whether it be in the stars or wherever. And you're going to have to get used to it, folks. That's where we're headed. We can't just sit here and milk the earth dry. I know y'all don't give a damn, especially conservatives out there. Oh, it's here for God gave it to us. No, God didn't give it to you. He provided it for you to get us to our next point. We're not even using those resources to do it. We're wasting them. Just riding around town all the time. God truly gave me a message to give to people. And I believe with all my heart, he told me these things. I feel it because I felt his disgust, not disgust, but this discord with people. And I can't blame him whatsoever. I mean, it just makes me want to cry every time I see the hate that good men do. The stars are our next chapter. Oceans, we still got a lot of work to do there. Don't be paying $250,000 to go down a little sub, though. That's not a very good idea. Just watch the little probes that go down there. Don't unlock Meg, please. But folks, here's my message, and this is where it all begins right here. Stop with the damn hate. If you go to a church that preaches down upon anyone, get up and leave. If you listen to a politician that talks about people not being right or trying to pass laws to discriminate or segregate, vote them out. It's time that we stop with the nonsense of rhetoric and hate that has plagued this planet since we put a price on something. Because there was no price on anything here when it all started. Nobody came down here and said, "Jesus, oh, this is $15 right here. This right here goes for $2.50. Where's the Bible for that?" There's not one. Because man's greed put a price on everything, including religion. Now, these churches need money to survive. They need money to grow. They need money to build, but only give if they're worthy. If they are teaching love, acceptance, forgiveness, those key elements, and lifting you up and not putting you down or bringing you down or bringing your mental capabilities or causing doubt in your minds or condemning people. That's where it has to stop. Churches out there beyond the, notice. Somebody's got to do something about y'all. You have let the devil in your own sanctuaries. You've let him grow and flourish. I've seen some of these big mega churches that preach up down about homosexuals, about this person, about that person. Jesus never once said a thing about homosexuals. That's your hate because you think less of homosexuals. You think they're disgusting, they're vile, they're the devil. Jesus never said that. That is the Bible. Not what man wrote, but what Jesus said or didn't say. I think he gave us pretty much everything we needed. And I'm sure there needs to be some more, talks in the future. That'll be great. I wish to God he would just come down and say, hey, guys, just chill. But you know what you would do? You would attack him and crucify him, most likely. Maybe not literally, but you would attack his character. You would attack who he was. Because why? It's easier to hate than it is to love. Think about that. Think about every time you think about negative about someone, ask yourself, why am I even worried about what they're doing? Why am I even in their business? Why would I turn someone away? Remember the old saying, what would Jesus do? That, my friends, needs to be back everywhere. That's all we got to ask ourselves. What would Jesus do? And you already know the answer. So why do you do the opposite? Why do you preach the opposite? We're trying to get people prepared for hell. We don't want them to go to hell. Yeah, you do. You love to talk about hell. The sad part is you're digging your own way to hell by preaching hate, by teaching hate, by teaching intolerance. Whites, you're no better than anyone. Get over yourselves. Blacks, sorry. So sorry that we can't get along. But I try. And as long as good people still try today, there is hope for a better tomorrow. That's the reason why we do this podcast now. That's all we're going to talk about today. But folks, tomorrow we're going to have I'm going to have people back on the show and everything else. I hope you like this program. I feel a lot better about doing it because I love love. Love is good to me. God's always been good to me. I don't ask for nothing for these things, programs. If you want to give, I greatly appreciate it. I'm not here to make the money for it. I'm here to give you the message that was given to me to give to you. Because I was sick for almost a week. I don't know if it was delusions, whatever it was, but something woke me up and made me realize you're focusing on the wrong things, Jeremy. You get sucked in, just become part of the problem, and nobody wants to hear that. All you are right now is just a in all the stuff that's already being said that's negative. And we're going to call people out their bullshit. Don't worry. But at the same time, though, if you believe in God or if you don't, remember this. Love is free. Love is easy. Hate takes work. So before you think about raising your hand to someone or pulling a gun on someone or robbing someone or harming someone or killing someone, murder, rape, whatever that you want to do negative to someone, ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Whether you believe in him or not, he still existed. Factual proof that that man walked the face of the earth. And all you Republicans out there that talk about we're the party of God, how about liberals? Jesus was the biggest liberal of all. He gave everything he had, even his life. What have you given today? Rise above the hate, folks. Love one another. And we will do better. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is episode 1. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night.